Lucy has been waiting for more than a year for her son's education, health and care plan so she can access the specialist support he needs. Logan has ADHD and is waiting to be assessed for autism. She tells me he's fallen behind in mainstream school because he can't cope in a normal classroom.
I feel like I'm the reason for all of this, and I'm not. I have to come to terms with the point that the system, even though it is a good system, it's got a good structure, it's failing because of the mass amount of people trying to use it.
Lucy was one of 675 parents who, at the end of June, were waiting for their child's education, health and care plan to be processed by the council so they could access the right educational setting. But 313 of those plans in progress were over the legal limit of 20 weeks to be finalised, and 78 of them had exceeded 40 weeks. Sally runs a support group for families struggling to access the right help for their children. She tells me why these plans are so vital.
It's just a real scary and emotional time for families, and it's really impacted not just on the child, who is, I don't say this lightly, they're suffering trauma from, being in education which isn't suitable without this provision, and the impact on their siblings and on their parents, and it just can't be allowed to carry on.
Jen's son is autistic and he received his education, health and care plan from the council 2 years ago. But she says the wait of more than 40 weeks led to him temporarily dropping out of school. How would you describe your education so far?
Well, it's been pretty rubbish as I've been let down a lot, and my education hasn't gone very far since a very young age.
Do you feel like you've been left behind a bit?
Yeah, absolutely, I do.
In a statement, Bristol City Council say we're experiencing high demand for statutory assessment, as are many other areas of the country. We have committed over £28 million of investment across the city to deliver much-needed additional special school places. We also aim to deliver up to 250 new specialist provision placements this academic year. But for Lucy, the wait for a plan goes on. In the meantime, she hopes Logan doesn't get left too far behind.
For more on this, Max joins us in the studio now. Max, some really emotional accounts from families there, but this is an issue that Bristol City Council have been struggling with for some time.
Yeah, that's right, Ellie. I mean, there have been two highly critical reports into this exact issue published earlier in the summer, and one found that there was a catalogue of failings to do with children struggling in mainstream school. And this follows on from another report published in 2019, which was also highly critical. So this has been going on for several years now. Bristol City Council say they are investing nearly £30 million in to fix this issue, but the irony is that there is no one in the Bristol City Council cabinet at the moment in charge of education, and that's been this way for the last 30 days. Meanwhile, you've got parents, like you've seen in my report, who are just left waiting, stuck in limbo. I put the findings of my report to the Disabled Children's Partnership, and they say that this is really a national issue with growing backlogs at councils right across the country, and they use this phrase that this is really effectively a time bomb waiting to go off.
Okay, Max Walsh, thank you very much.